Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is a weekly reading, Libra. I am reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I'm reading in a little bit of a different order this week. I thought I would read in the order of how many views and comments I got on a video. And so yours is third. It was first Taurus and Gemini, and now it's you, Libra. So thank you so much for the ways that you loved on this channel last week. I do appreciate you. And I'm here to do a weekly reading for you. So whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, no matter when you get it, it may resonate with you at this time because time is not linear. It is fluid, right? So whenever you get this, it may not resonate with you at this time, but it could resonate with you in the future. So I'm here to just do a 9-card draw. That's what we're doing. Like I said, reading for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're here and you're brand new, thank you so much for joining. We had 15 new Libras join us last week. So welcome to all you that are new. I'd love to see you in the comments to say hello. And those ones of you who keep coming back, my loyal Libras, thank you so much for doing that. And we are looking at, like I said, a 9-card draw. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extended if you're interested in that. And I'm going to talk about a private read sale that is on. So if you want to hang out for that, everything you need to know, though, is in the pinned comment. I'll talk about all that stuff. Let me find out what's going on for you first. Let's find out what's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Libra, if I'm coming through your feed anyway, maybe you just might want to subscribe. And thank you for the thumbs up. That's what's bringing all the other Libras running, and it is growing this Libra tribe. Tell me about Libra. Smarty Pants Libra. We've got King of Pentacles. Tell me why the King of Pentacles is here. We've got the Strength card. I think you're trying to find the courage to build something or to navigate your way through something that possibly has the potential to bring you a lot of stability, a lot of money, time, effort, energy, good health. It feels like you're trying to find the courage to face something here in order to bring better stability to your life. We have the Devil energy here. I feel like you're trying to break a cycle. It feels like the cycle could be maybe you spend too much money. Maybe it could be that you're not eating healthy. Could be maybe that you're eating great, but you're not getting out to do any exercise. It feels like it's a cycle of something that's going round and round, something that's not necessarily good for you. It could be a thought pattern as well, but it does feel like it is more 3D engaged. So it feels like it is money, time, effort, energy, or health related. Maybe in the way that maybe you don't have as much stability as you want. I feel like you're going to say, but there's a lot of obstacles in the way. And absolutely, we all deal with our own obstacles, right? But it feels like I'm looking at this obstacle in the distance. I'm going to say that we all have the ability to be able to navigate obstacles. Look, we all have different obstacles and we're not all headed in the same direction. But I feel like like we have this sort of mountain, but look, there's a passageway through here. It feels like there is a solid or practical way for you to find the courage to break away from something in order to feel better, more solid, feel richer. And look, rich doesn't have anything to do with money as much as you think it does. I mean, it helps, but I'm not rich in doing what I do, but I am rich. I'm wealthy because now I'm my own boss. I don't have anybody telling me when to clock in and clock out. I make my own money, and I'm not wealthy financially, but I'm wealthy in other ways. So I feel like somebody here is about to face the loop. I'm going to say that you're about to face something that you do over and over that you feel so attached to that you can't let it go. Feels like you're about to break some sort of chain. Feels like you've been chained to something. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to enlist help to do that. And we've got the High Priestess. So there's, this is something that you don't talk to people about. It feels like something you're secretive about or you don't talk about. It feels like it is something that you need to face, but in order to face it, you have to stop keeping it secret. I feel like it's time for you to enlist somebody. I'm just going to say the Page of Pentacles is the beginning of something, or the materialization of something that's going to begin brand new. And that's a gift. Like the Page of Pentacles can be a gift. I feel like the gift is that in your pool of people that you know, people you give reciprocal energy to, that there is somebody here who might be able to step out of the group and help you begin to feel more courageous, begin to pull away from the devil energy, something that you feel like has got you trapped in some sort of a loop. But before you can do that, I feel you need to express it to someone. So the Six of Pentacles is telling me reciprocal energy. You do know people who are in this King of Pentacles energy, who are very successful, very sturdy, solid. They're engaging in good health, taking care of themselves, taking care of people around them, possibly providing things for people around them. And I think that you want to know how to do that. But before you can do that, I think that there's something here that you have to face. I think, when we're in the Page of Pentacles, we don't really know everything about the subject matter. So we could be talking about somebody who hates their job and really would love to get into another line of work, but doesn't really see a way out of the financial obligations that I have, right? It could be that I have so many obligations that I have to face, that there's just, I don't want to say to somebody, I'm scared to make the jump because I'm scared I'm not going to make as much money as I used to make. I feel like somebody here wants to make a big change in their life, in their 3D life. And I feel like it will work out for you, because the King of Pentacles doesn't show up because things don't work out. The King of Pentacles shows up because there's abundance. There's lots of it, more than you need. And so whatever the abundance is, I feel though, first you're going to have to stop being secretive about it feels like a little bit of a spiral, or it seems like something you keep talking yourself into that, it's like, okay, this week I'm not going to have, maybe we're talking about diets. I'm not going to have those things which I know are bad for me. But then at the end of the week you cave because your friends want you to go out and have pizza and drinks, right? So it feels like it's something you have to admit first that's wrong. You can't keep it a secret anymore. And I feel like that there is somebody here who is going to be able to help you, set you on your way. And I feel like they're probably someone that you know already, that you do give reciprocal time, energy, and effort to. You also, I feel possibly, Libra, that you're a person who is engaged in helping others, but not necessarily ready for someone to learn all the secrets of what your attachments are to help you get rid of it. So you're really good at giving advice, but you're not really good at allowing someone in to help you reassess your situation. We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. Tell me more. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Seven of Wands. You know what? It does feel like somebody here doesn't want to be in regret. And what I mean by that is maybe you come from a long line of people who are diabetics, or maybe you come from a long line of people who just barely made enough money to live. I feel like you want to break some sort of chain. That's what it feels like. But in order to break the chain, you have to stop keeping things secret. It's time to listen to your intuition. I feel like you guard your secrets like with everything. You guard the secrets of, it's like, I really do want to change, but I'm not really ready to make the full step into the new me. And so you know that in order to make the full step into the new thing, that you really have to break some sort of chain that has been keeping you attached or connected to fear. You keep holding back from being the King of Pentacles, maybe because you don't have enough knowledge or enough education. There could be many, many reasons you don't know how to do it or how to go about it. But I feel like you have a resource somewhere in your life with the people that you know, someone that you do give reciprocal energy for, or to, I should say. The Five of Cups in the reverse is good energy of, I don't want to be in regret. I don't want to be in sadness. And I do want to be ultimately in this energy of joy. That means you're going to have to stop protecting what you're not really ready to divulge. That you have to be honest with yourself outwardly, not just inwardly. Tell me, I'm going to put down two cards here. We're going to see what's under the surface that you don't see coming here. We've got the Eight of Cups. You definitely have to practice disconnection from things that you are comfortable in. The Eight of Cups for me as a reader is where I settled. I just settled for this. Maybe you settled for it because it's traditionally what we do in our family. We just settle for doing the thing that people before us, our ancestors, did traditionally. I'm trying to hold on to tradition possibly. And the Eight of Cups tells me I'm happy enough where I am. I just don't have 10 cups. And I think that you are now in this frame of mind where maybe I could have 10 cups, but it feels like you're going to have to face something and stop holding back first. So the Eight of Cups tells me that it's time for you to let something go or disconnect from a thought pattern or a feeling or a way that somebody made you feel about wanting to have your own ideas or do something that is outside of the norm. So we do have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like the Three of Cups is telling me that maybe this is you not going out, not meeting new people, not getting into a social group, not getting into celebrations. Maybe this is something that you don't do because you were told in the past that, going out too much and spending your money on that stuff is not good. And I think that you're watching everyone else go out and have having fun times, celebratory times. And it feels like you sort of turn your back to that because, well, that's not really what I do. That's not what we do traditionally. It does feel like you can have much more joy and celebration if you do decide to disconnect from something. It feels like if you decide to detach from a way you're thinking, a way you're feeling, or maybe this stuff here, keeping something silent, it's like you have to say it out loud and admit it before you can correct it. Let's clarify just a little bit and find out what's going on here before we go into the extended. So what are you holding back from here? I want to say with the Strength card here, it's like you're trying to find the courage to cut the strings or the chains that bind you, but it feels like you are holding back because you don't want to face something here. Tell me what the Strength card is. We've got the Page of Cups. I feel like, it feels good to face something. It feels like good news, like this is going to turn out the way that you hoped it would, because the Page of Cups is surprising that the good news is actually here. I'm going to say that you are finding the courage to face something that actually works out good for you. The Page of Cups being here is you opening the heart space. It's I think it's going to surprise you. We've got the Seven of Cups. And we've got the Six of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, there's something here that I feel that you're kind of stuck in, I would say. It's the illusion that what I have is enough. And this could be emotionally because we are looking at 8 cups. We're also looking at Leo energy here and Leo energy here. It feels like the Six of Wands tells me someone is deeply embedded in an old cycle that was possibly really tough, that made you feel like there was not much more to look forward to. I feel like you need a change of energy or a change of mind. The Seven of Cups tells me illusion. It's just an illusion, Elsie. Nothing's going to change. I might go through all of this heartache and hardship to bring all of my secrets to the surface, and nothing's going to change anyway. I'm still going to be stuck in this place of being tied to or chained to some sort of addiction or a way of thinking or a way of feeling. It almost feels like with the Six of Wands in the reverse, it feels like there's no place to go from here. I'm never going to get the victory. But I feel like you dream about it all the time. I feel like the Seven of Cups is sort of that dreamy energy of, I dream about it, I daydream about it, I dream about getting some sort of a new beginning or a new start emotionally that will make me happy. So I think that you want to do it, but I think you have fear of being without whatever this is. The devil can be doubt, it can be chaos, it can be something that is a pattern that has become so comfortable that you would rather stay in the pattern than release yourself from the pattern because of the unknown. It feels like the scariness of the unknown. Tell me what the High Priestess is here. Something that is inward that you don't talk about. It feels like it's a secret or a mystery. Tell me about this High Priestess. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Eight of Swords. I've got the Six of Swords. I feel, to be honest with you here, I feel like you're a poor decision maker. No, I don't think you make bad decisions, understand. That's not what I'm saying, Libra. I feel like it's a hard press for you to make a decision, that you overthink everything and that it takes you forever to make a decision because you get stuck in your head. So I feel like that you really want to live this life where you're happier, you have more joy, you have more happiness, you don't want to be stuck in places. You really want more money, more recognition. It feels like you want that, but I think that the problem here is that the comfort zone is the Eight of Swords, that you spend so much time being stuck in your thought pattern. We've got the three swords that are in her quiver, and it's because you don't want to be disappointed or heartbroken that it didn't work out. We've got the five arrows around the outside of, she's looking at herself all tied up. My hands are tied. There's nothing I can do, which is really a lie. And I think the Five of Swords that's around there, I think, is the lie. It's the confusion of the mind when we spend too much time thinking in circles. Right? And so I love this because here's your break. Here's your big break. If you want to take it, Libra, I think that your big break is going to be the Six of Swords. It feels like you do have the ability to turn your back, break away, and go from the chaos to the calm. This is in your mind, though. Could be a physical place for some of you, but I feel like it's in your mind. I feel like there are things, the thing that you keep hidden that's obsessive for you is that you have a hard time making decisions because you think about it for too long. And by the time you've thought about it for too long, you feel like your opportunity has passed. So I think that's the secret you're guarding. Let's talk about the Ten of Cups, because I feel like there is happiness here to be had, but I feel like there's going to have to be some changes in the 3D, right? Maybe with your job, your money, the way you eat, the way you exercise. It feels like there has to be some change in the 3D, and you're willing to begin because this is the heart of the matter. You're willing to look into what it might be, but I feel like the overthinking process is your comfort zone, and that's why you never begin, because it's hard for you to make a decision. You make good decisions, but it takes you too long to make them. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. What is going to make Libra happy? We've got the Lovers. So you might be thinking about a change of relationship. I really would love to have someone at my side. I really would love to fall in love. I really would love to make a choice to be happy. Maybe it's just choosing happiness instead of being cynical or overthinking things. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. And we've got the Chariot in the reverse. So I think it's going to take some discipline. The Chariot is, yes, about getting a victory, but you've got to get discipline. You've got to balance things, whether it's feminine, masculine energy or getting some sort of a discipline. I feel like right now there's no discipline. We could be looking at the Pentacles. I keep saying it's in the Pentacle world. So it feels like it's money, time, effort, energy, maybe your health or your diet or something that you keep doing over and over. So it feels like that you have to put a little more effort into some sort of discipline, because when the Chariot is in the reverse, we're stuck here, right? So it's like I need to balance things in my life with my money, and I feel like this is where you get stuck, because it feels like you think that you have to have everything perfected before you can move forward, and that's not the truth. You don't have to be perfect before you move forward. You just have to be willing to change, and I think you already have a willingness to change because you're willing to move away from keeping secrets to whatever has you tied to the devil energy, right? And it has you really protecting or blocking others from coming in because you're protecting some sort of a secret, which is this person's going to realize that I just cannot make the decision to move forward here. So I feel like what's coming for you underneath the surface that you don't see here is joy and happiness and celebration. But I really do feel like if you really do want this Lover's energy, making a choice to be with somebody in life possibly, that you really do have to get more social. And that might mean joining a group or a team or something like that if you're really looking at it. But I feel like you're going to first have to disconnect to the attachment of just having enough, being comfortable in the situation I'm in. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Like the Eight of Cups it's more of a detached feeling from the emotions. And that might be it. Maybe you're not good at being attached to your emotions. Libra, we're going to go into the extended. We're going to clarify all of this. We're going to talk more about this and talk about more about what's under the surface and what you can do right now in order to make steps towards making change. Now, like I said, this is something in the 3D. It could be a relationship, right? It could be that I'm tired of being single, but I just can't make the decision as to what group I want want to be in, or whether I want to be more social. Is this going to rock my balance? Like I don't, not really sure how to start from here, but I know that I don't want to be in regret. And there probably is someone in your group here that has a resource for you that's going to help you move things forward. The Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck is the future energy for me. The Eight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Look, you do want to go. I feel like you might have some fire in the rising or the moon. You do want to go. You want to do it. It's just to get started and to have the know-how, because you're a perfectionist. And it's really hard for you to make a decision because of the overthinking. So if you're interested in coming into the extended, please look in the pinned comment, which is where you're going to find all the information you need. If you're looking at purchasing any of the decks I use, you can find a link to Amazon there. To the decks that I'm using. Also, if you're interested in a private first let's talk about the extendeds. If you're interested in going to the extended, look at the membership area. You can click on the membership area, become a member, and you will get at least 4 extendeds in the membership area. If you're interested in in purchasing this outright, you can do that as well. There is a link there. If you're interested in a private reading, there is a sale. So 10% off of pre-recorded readings with the code that you will get in the pinned comment. And that's on any of the readings that I offer. And that will be until 11:59 p.m. on the 31st. It will be for the rest of the year. So I'd love to hear from you and read for you. And if you're interested in connecting with me live, you'll just have to watch my schedule. It's going to be off and on for the next couple of weeks as we get through the holiday season. And so your best bet if you want a reading is to get the discounts on the pre-records. And if you are somebody who wants to come into the extended, then I hope I will see you there. And if that's not where I see you, then I will be back, because I'm always back. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll go and see you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.